Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you're welcome to Sew with Mediva. And if you're a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, thank you for sticking to my channel. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to cut and sew this stylish sweetheart neckline dress with double puff sleeves. And I achieved this style using 4 yards of African print fabric. So this is what the back of the dress looks like. You can see how beautiful and how fitted it looks on my body. So if this is something you are interested in, make sure to keep watching and make sure you watch till the end. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. So I made use of 4 yards of this beautiful African print fabric. And you're also going to need your elastic band. This is half-inch elastic band for the sleeve. You need your lining, your chalk, your scissors and your ruler. So we're going to start with the upper part of this dress. This dress is in two parts. The upper part is from the shoulder to the half length, while the lower part is from the half length to how long you want your dress to be. So let's go ahead to start with the upper part of the dress. So we're going to start with the back panel of the upper part, and I have my fabric cut out already. It is in a fold of 2. So the first thing I'm going to do is to take out my zipper allowance. So from the closed angle, the folded part of your fabric, go ahead to mark your zipper allowance. Mine will be 1.5 inches. So I'm going to mark 1.5 inches and then connect all the points together this way. So you can decide to fold in the zipper allowance before you start to mark your measurements, or you can just leave it out like this. So after marking the zipper allowance, I'll make sure what I have on the fabric is my round bust measurements divided by 4, which is 10.5 inches plus about 3 extra inches because of the seam allowance and the dart. Hope you guys understand. So after that, the first thing to do is to draw out a starting line at the upper part of your fabric, which is going to serve as the shoulder line. So this upper part, the length of this upper part is from the shoulder to the half length. Mine is 16 inches and I added 1 extra inch to it for the joining allowance. So your half length is 2.5 to 3 inches below your under bust. So the next thing to do is to mark the vertical measurements we need for the back. So from the shoulder line, I'm going to mark from my shoulder to my nipple point, which is 11 inches for me. So go ahead to mark your own measurement and extend the line this way. And the next measurement is from the shoulder to the half length, which we have marked out already. I'll just go ahead to extend the line so that you guys can see it. So after doing that, come over to the shoulder line. Make sure you're taking all the measurements just from this zipper line. So place your shoulder measurements divided by 2. Mine is 8 inches. So from that 8 inches I marked, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. And from that 1 inch point, I'll take my round armhole measurements divided by 2, which is 8 inches, and mark it here. So I'll go ahead to connect the points together and then extend it to create the chest line. Your chest line is usually 2 inches above your nipple point. So the next thing we want to do is to mark the neckline. So from this zipper line again, I'm going to take the wideness of the neckline, which is 5 inches. And the depth of the back neckline is going to be 1.5 inches because I want it higher at the back. So after marking, I'll go ahead to connect the points this way and then extend it into the zipper allowance. So that 1 inch I marked earlier, I'm going to connect that point all the way to meet the neckline to create the shoulder slope this way. The next thing we want to do is to place the dart. So I'll come over to the bust line and place my nipple to nipple measurements divided by 2. Mine is 4 inches. I'll mark that 4 inches again on the waistline and connect the points together. So after connecting, I'll take half of an inch on both sides of the line on the waistline and then extend this line by 2 inches. I'll extend it up by 2 inches and then use my ruler to just connect the point this way. So this is to create the back dart. So after creating the dart, this is what you should have. The next thing is to mark the round body measurement. So I'll start with the bust. So on the bust line, I'll place my round bust measurements divided by 4, which is 10.5 inches. I'll add half an inch for that. I have about half an inch there for that, making 11 inches, and 1.5 inches for seam allowance, making 12.5 inches. Go ahead to mark your own appropriate measurement. And on the waistline, I'll mark my round waist measurements divided by 4, which is 8.5 inches. I'll add 1 inch for that, making 9.5 inches, and 1.5 inches for seam allowance to make 11 inches. So whatever measurement you used on the bust line, go ahead to place it on the chest line. So I'll mark the same 12.5 inches I have on the bust line and then go ahead to connect the points together this way. After connecting, this is what we have. The next thing is to create the armhole curve. So I'll get the midpoint of this line, which is 4 inches, and then just go ahead to curve it all the way to meet the chest line. So this is all for the back. Let's go ahead now to cut it out. So let's go ahead now to cut it out. So I'll add half an inch to the shoulder areas for joining, and then I'll cut out the neckline. So after cutting, before we open up, we're going to eliminate 0.5 inches, half of an inch, from the zipper allowance. So from the folded part of the fabric, I'm going to take half of an inch and then just connect it all the way up. So I'll cut out that part. This is going to make your dress appear very fitted at the back. So another thing I normally do to make my dress more fitted is to come up again by 1 inch from the center back and then slant it into the sides this way. By doing all of these, your dress is not going to have any bulging at the zipper point. So I'll notch the dart areas on both fabrics and then separate them from each other. So when you separate it and open up, this is what you will have. You can see what the zipper part looks like now. So I'm going to cut out lining pieces for this back panel, cut out lining for each side. So I'll set the back panels aside while we work on the front. So for the front panel, I'll be drafting on the pattern paper for more clarity and accuracy of measurements. So I have the paper in a fold of 2 already. So to get the amount of paper to fold, go ahead to divide your round bust measurement by 4 and add extra 3 or 4 inches to it for the seam allowance and for that. So for mine, I have about 14 inches there. So that is 14 inches in a fold of 2. So I have already marked out a starting line at the upper part of my paper, which is going to serve as the shoulder line. So the length of the front panel is the same as the back, which is 16 inches, your shoulder to your half length. So I have it here. I'm going to add the extra when I'm cutting on my fabric. So let's go ahead to mark the vertical measurements. So the first one is going to be from your shoulder to your nipple point, which is 11 inches for me. And then the next one is from the shoulder to the under bust, which is 13.5 inches for me. And the last measurement is to your half length. So let's go ahead to extend the lines this way. After that, I'll come over to the shoulder line and place the shoulder measurements divided by 2, which is 8 inches. I'll come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope and mark my round armhole measurements divided by 2, which is 8 inches. We're just repeating the same thing we did for the back panel. So I'll connect the points together this way and extend these to form the chest line. So go ahead to label your lines so that you don't get confused. So after that, the next thing is to mark out the neckline. So the wideness of the neckline I worked with is 5 inches, just like the back. So I'll connect that 5 inches to meet the 1 inch shoulder slope this way. And then for the depth of the neckline, I'm going to come down by 5 inches. You can do 6 inches if you want yours really open, but for mine, I made use of 5 inches. Remember, it's a sweetheart neckline. So I'm going to connect that 5 inches all the way up this way. And then I'll connect it all the way to the center front this way. So after marking the neckline, the next thing we want to do is to place the dart. So to get the dart, divide your nipple to nipple measurement by 2. Mine is 4 inches and I'm going to mark it on all the lines I marked. So from the center front, go ahead to mark whatever you got after dividing. So mine is 4 inches and then I'll use my ruler to connect all the points together. So I'll also connect it all the way to meet the neckline. I'll mark that 4 inches on the neckline and also connect it all the way down. After connecting the points, the next thing is to take the under bust tightening. So for the under bust tightening, I'm going to mark 1 inch on both sides of the line. But for a bigger bust, you can do 1.5 inches towards this side and 1 inch on this side. So I'll mark 1 inch for my size and then I'll connect the lines all the way down. So after connecting, I'll come over to the bust point and come down by 1 inch and then use my curved ruler to just connect it all the way to meet the under bust line this way. And I'll repeat the same thing for the other side. So this is what you should have. So to mark the over bust tightening, I'm going to do half an inch on both sides of the line and just come up on the bust line by 1 inch. So I'll take my straight ruler and just connect the points this way. So to create the sweetheart neckline, I'm going to come down from these 5 inches I have marked. On the center front, I'm going to come down by 3 inches, and then I'll use my curved roller to connect it all the way to meet the dart line. So this is what you should have. Discard the older line. So the next thing is to place the round body measurement. So on the bust line, place your round bust measurements divided by 4 and add your seam allowance. And on the waistline, I'll place my round waist measurements divided by 4. I'll add these 2 inches for that and 1.5 inches for seam allowance. So go ahead to connect all the points together all the way to meet the chest line this way. So after that, the next thing is to take the armhole curve. So I'll get the midpoint of this line, and from that point I'll come in by half of an inch, and then take my curved roller to just create the armhole curve this way. So let's go ahead now to cut out the pattern. So let's go ahead now to cut it out. So I'll open up the dart areas all the way to the neckline this way. So after cutting out, when you open up, this is what you should have. So we're going to be using these patterns now to cut on our fabric, and we're going to join it together. You can see it fits in perfectly. So I'll use these patterns now to cut out my fabric and my lining and show you guys the next thing to do. So I have used the patterns to cut out the fabric, and this is what it looks like. So I added half an inch on the dart area. As you can see, I added half an inch for the joining allowance, and also to the lower part as the joining allowance. So this half an inch is going to be to join the two fabrics together so that it doesn't truncate your measurement. So I also cut out lining pieces for it, as you can see. So for the back panel, I have also cut out lining pieces. I have 2 pieces there. So let's go ahead to start joining the fabric. So I'm going to use the lining to turn the back panels over. So place them right sides facing each other this way. And then I'll close up the neckline using half an inch. I'll close up the zipper allowance, and I'll close up the sides. I'll turn it over to the right side and then iron it out. I'll repeat the same process for the other side and then turn it over to the right side. When I'm done with that, I'll open up the front panel. I'll open it up this way and then go ahead to join all 3 pieces together. At this point, you can go ahead to iron your air stay to the fabric to give it more stability. And if you also want the bust area padded, go ahead to iron your breast pad on the bust area and then join it together. I have several videos where I have done that. I'll leave the link in the description box. So go ahead to place it right side facing each other this way, and then use your pin to hold it down. Use your pin to join the points together, and then take it to your sewing machine and use half an inch to join it together. So when I'm done joining that side, I'll come over to the other side and then place it this way, then join it all the way down. So I'll repeat the same process for the lining. You can as well iron your stay to the lining pieces and then join the 3 pieces together. So when I'm done joining together, I'll show you guys what it looks like. So after joining the 3 pieces of fabrics together, this is what it looks like. You can see how beautiful it looks. You can see the sweetheart neckline already looking so fine. So on the wrong side, you're going to open up the seam. Just cut the seam open so that the seam on the right side appears very flat. So go ahead to notch the seam open on the wrong side. So after that, for the lining, I have also joined the 3 pieces together, and you're also going to notch the seam open on the wrong side. So the next thing to do is to place this on a circular surface, preferably your tailor's ham, and iron it out so that it lays down really well. And then after that, you can also open up the seams on the wrong side and iron it so that it lays down flat. So be sure to do this on a circular surface or your tailor's ham. So the next thing to do is to turn over with the lining. So I'll place the lining right side facing the fabric this way, and then you can just use your pins to hold it down. So make sure to merge all the points together and then go ahead to stitch it on the neckline using half an inch. You can start from the center front and stitch it to one side. When you are done, you stitch to the other side. Just go ahead to join the necklines together. I'll close up the sides as well and then turn it over to the right side. So for the back, I have turned over with the lining just like I explained earlier, and this is what we have. So the next thing I want to show you guys now is how to take in the darts. So to take in the darts for the back, remember we already notched the point, so I'm going to use my chalk to just highlight it. And for the darts, I'll come down by 9 inches, which is 2 inches above my bust line, and then just go ahead to connect it all the way this way. And then right now, take it to my sewing machine. I'll fold it up this way, the fabric and the lining, fold it to this way, and then go ahead to stitch it all the way down. So I'll repeat the same process on the other side. I'll turn the front panel over with the lining and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So after I stitch down the lining to the neckline, this is what it looks like. So you start from this midpoint and stitch it all the way up on one side and also stitch it all the way on the other side. I also closed up the sides. So before I turn it over to the right side, I'm going to notch the seam area opened. So go ahead to make small cuts on the seam of the neckline. So this is going to help your lining sit very well on the wrong side. So after notching, I'm going to turn it over now to the right side. So you can see how neat and beautiful this looks on the right side. This is what the neckline looks like now. And for the back panels, I have also taken into that. So I'll go ahead to iron out the front and then I'll show you guys the next thing to do. So after I ironed out the neckline of the front panel, this is what it looks like. You can see how beautiful it looks now. This is the wrong side. The next thing I want to do is to join the front and the back panels together. So I'm going to place them right sides facing each other this way, and then I'll take the fabric facing the fabric and the lining facing the lining, open it up this way, and then go ahead to stitch it down following the shape. When I'm done with that side, I'll repeat the same process on the other side, fabric facing fabric and lining facing lining this way, and then stitch it all the way down. So I'll also close up the sides using 1 inch seam allowance since I already used half an inch sewn over with my lining. So when I am done doing all of that, I'll show you guys the next thing to do. So after joining the shoulders and closing up the sides, this is what it looks like on the wrong side. You can see how neat it looks. So I'm going to set this aside now while we work on the sleeves. So this is where I'll be ending the video for today. So in my next video, I'll show you guys how to cut the sleeves, how to attach it, and how to make the complete dress that you are seeing on the screen. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, share to your loved ones, and also put on your notification bell so that when I post the next part, you'll be notified. Bye.